My name is Linda, and I am 1/3 of Giant's Heart, together with Alice and Svend-Erik.
Hi, I'm Franziska. I am originally from Germany, but I moved here to Scotland, and I live now in the beautiful Scottish borders near Peebles.
My name is Jambi Brown, as you can see from my my screen. I've been storytelling for 3 years professionally, having done the apprenticeship at the Storytelling Centre in Edinburgh. And I live in Edinburgh at the moment. I'm about to move to Shetland, where there will be lots of stories to find out.
I'm Pertti Palo, as you can see. I'm currently in what for people who aren't from Helsinki is Helsinki. I'm not professional in this thing. This is my hobby currently.
This video is to give you an idea. If you're thinking about whether the Committed Storytellers Programme might be right for you, then this will hopefully give you an idea. I'm going to let you talk about what drew you to Svend-Erik's masterclasses. Then I would like you to talk about the experience of what it's like and maybe what makes it different, if anything makes it different, to other things you may have done and experiences, and then if it has had any effect on you afterwards. We're talking about masterclasses because that was the word that Svend-Erik has used, this thing. But what we've done with Giant's Heart is take the concept of masterclasses and just sort of stretch and deepen it a little bit to then create what we call the Committed Storytellers Programme of the summer school.
Kind of started doing things, you might say, more seriously last summer when I took a masterclass with Neil and Svend. Yeah, I didn't really expect the progress that I've made over the last year.
It's been quite amazing. It's been wonderful to watch.
I used to live in Scotland, and while I lived in Scotland, I went to a bunch of workshops at the Storytelling Centre, and one of those was by Svend. It was really great.
It's about the truth. It's about the visceral, sensory elements of the stories, which I think, if you're looking at the historical context, bring the story alive.
Mm. Yeah, for me that was very similar. I was actually walking with Linda along the town, and she was saying, "Oh, it's so good to work with Sven because he really pinpoints things and brings things for you alive." And I've heard about this Sven so many times now, not just by Linda, also by others. And then she was saying, "He's doing masterclasses. You should maybe check it out." And I thought that as well when I actually went into the masterclass to just experience how he can pinpoint things that you do unconsciously, like you don't really notice you're doing it, and he's then just really direct and stop. Tell me this. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? Why don't you think a bit farther? And you're like, oh yeah, I could. And it really changes your style, and it changes the way you see things in your inner eye when you tell. So what really stayed with me, what he said is, like when we stay with the mermaid, can you see the mermaid? And tell me exactly what she looks like. So now when I actually tell, I picture everything. And then automatically you say things. Or you don't, and you just like make movements to maybe elaborate it a bit. But you become more alive, even more, which is really good.
Yeah. The workshop that I went to was, don't remember the specific topic, but I think there were 3 teachers, the whole Saturday thing. But Sven's bit was about using less and less of language to tell a story. So we started by telling a story, just vocally, as you usually do. And then you were supposed to use nonsense language, like you usually don't. And then the final version was don't use any vocal output at all, but still tell a story, which is it's fairly mind-blowing, to be honest, and fun.
Well, we've talked a lot about Svend, and I think we need to talk about Alice. Because as a duo, they are extraordinary.
Yeah.
Now I had just, I actually contacted them because I had a story I wanted to tell and I wanted their feedback on it. And I had a fantastic collaborative thing where Alice would sit on the sofa whilst I was one-to-one with Sven, and then a couple of days later I would be with Alice one-to-one and Sven would be on the sofa. So they were listening in, you know, and not saying anything, and then they could bring that experience to the one-to-one, which was, well, bang for your buck. It was huge, you know, two for one. And they both bring something very different. Alice is absolute consummate professional on actually doing this sort of thing. I mean, she's brilliant live, don't get me wrong, but she's really good at the online, on screen. Because you were talking about, Pertti, you were talking about, you know, telling and getting a reaction. It's very difficult, I think, as a storyteller, used to telling live and seeing the faces, whether they're asleep or whether they're fidgeting, and where you've got to up the ante or bring in something unusual to wake everybody up. So I do a lot of work with care homes, which is not, I don't usually send people to sleep unless it's in a good context. But anyway, I hope. But back to Alice. Alice is very good about, you know, the nuances and the expressions and what you can bring as an actress, because she's actress trained, coming to storytelling. But whereas Svend is very much more the really getting to the heart of it, getting to that giant's heart.
Mm-hmm. What we're going to be doing with the summer school is that the Committed Storytellers Programme is led by Svend-Erik, but Alice will be supporting, making appearances, and then the beginners program works the other way around, that is led by Alice, but Sven will be supporting and making appearances, because the whole idea is interaction.
Being able to take half a step back from what you're doing. And that's really the awareness bit. That's really what happens in that sort of mind space. And yeah, these workshops, masterclasses, they are really good for teaching that.
I'm aware that if you're coming from out with Scotland, wherever you're coming from, and you look at the traditional storytelling culture that exists and that you can tap into, that is amazing. But you can have imposter syndrome. You know, you can go, well, I'm from Merseyside, I'm just from Birkenhead. I mean, well, how can I tell that Selkie story, you know, and embody it? You know, and I think I was in awe and in terror for a long time of feeling or being an imposter. And I think what is wonderful about that duo that Svend and Alice are is that they're also from different places. They take on all sorts of different traditions, and they make you feel that you have something to offer and to give. And I think that is really worthwhile to tap into that.
Alice has taken the Norse myths that were originally Svend-Erik's thing and is now taking them to completely new places. It's quite fun. And you said, Pertti, about composing music. One of the things that Masterclasses has done for me is I now do my own stories, and I call that composing, because it's not quite writing, it's they kind of.
Yep.
It sounds like we could go on.
Yep.
I did promise that we can go for. Thank you very much for spending a rainy Sunday morning with me, or Pertti.
Sunny.
Whatever. Same. Okay, good. Thank you very much, and I will see you all soon again. And yeah, thank you, and welcome everyone else to Giant Heart. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.